One of the more challenging aspects of the climate crisis is that it's not going to end anytime soon.
Achieving net zero is going to require us to change how we live, how we play, and how we work.
Ultimately, we need climate action to be successful. We only get one chance at this. There's not more than one bite at the cherry.
We have another about 0.4 degree of global warming locked in, which will hit us in about 10 years' time. We are looking at ongoing climate change for many decades to come.
I mean, this is difficult science, but we are in the middle of a crisis and there's so many resources that we didn't even know we'd need.
We need to make sure that everything we do actually translates into real outcomes for people and creates real value and does it in a way that brings people together.
We have to think forward multiple generations into the future and really think about what legacy we're going to leave behind.
Our generation confronts the difficult task of reducing emissions, bolstering resilience, and ensuring that no one is left behind.
We need to see transformation, not just incrementalism. We need to see collaboration, not just co-opetition. And we definitely need to see a form of equity, not just for the country, but also for the planet.
We have to remember that the Earth isn't a commodity or a resource. Her health is really essential for our health. A river has a right to be a river. We rely on nature for our own survival, so we have to have the voice of nature front and centre. Indigenous peoples have extensive and detailed knowledge of their country and live in some of the most sensitive ecosystems when it comes to climate change. We are well placed to lead the transformation that's needed.
And ultimately that presents an opportunity for all sectors, all participants to expand themselves and think about what's possible in terms of climate action.
The key thing about climate solutions is we have to understand these interdependencies,
where we can contribute collectively towards achieving outcomes and how together we can be better in terms of our future vision and plan.
Crucially, we are witnessing a convergence of interests across government bodies, industries, research institutions and community sectors.
But we're nowhere near where we need to be at this moment in time to be able to achieve the aspirations that we set ourselves.
We can't go it alone. We have to pool our resources and shift our mindsets and behaviours towards forming more meaningful, action-oriented partnerships.
We also have a responsibility to our neighbours in the Pacific. Not only are they already feeling the impacts of sea level rise, but they're actually calling on us to act now.
So while we have this great ambition, we're still not seeing that that action is matching the ambition.
Which is about how to actually change those industries and those organisations so that a livable future is possible.
So Indigenous people, along with the world's poorest, are likely to be the most disproportionately affected by climate change.
The evidence is there already to suggest that a 2-degree world is not insurable, or certainly not insurable for many people.
This group has a unique opportunity to provide clarity around what the big issues are that need to be pushed forward to address sustainable growth.
It allows us to unite with a shared vision for creating substantial impact and unlocking opportunities for the exchange of knowledge, insights and experiences, and enabling change.
But what we need are long-term visionary leaders with heart who understand the types of suffering that people and communities are and will experience.
There's a clear relationship between how we support people and community to be part of this solution as there is with the economic and social value we create.
If there ever was a time to do things differently, now is the time.
And create a vision for the future that wouldn't otherwise happen separately.
We need novel approaches to our work, fresh collaborations and mechanisms for orchestrating diverse activities that span industry, government, academia and communities.
We need an inclusive, all-of-community approach and ask ourselves,
how are we going to be ensuring that it is transformational, innovative and equitable?
Indigenous and local people need to have the opportunity to tell their own stories about what is happening on their country and the changes that they're seeing. These stories are really important in keeping us connected to each other.
So much of what's happening around climate and climate action is new for all of us. So we need to have these moments where we listen to each other, listen to each other's stories.
In order to get the effective transformational changes we need to get climate action at the scale demanded by the climate crisis during this critical decade.
That's the kind of underpinning that you want to ensure this future world that we're going to be living in looks like.